Alright then. Hello everyone. Welcome. Let's turn some music on for you all. Let's turn the speaker down. And let's start taking stock here. So if you guys don't know, the new patch, Icebrewed Saga, is out. And we played it on a stream yesterday. Quite late. The patch came out late, so therefore the stream was late. And it was like past midnight, I think, when we were done. But overall, it was a pretty good time. Probably going to play it again on Master, aiming for achievements going forwards. But we'll figure that out in the subsequent days. Probably tomorrow we'll look more at that. Today, I just kind of want to take stock of basic things and have a look at gold that we can generate with selling resources, getting gems, and picking up the gem source stuff that's currently going on. And then I'll move on from there. We've got 30 keys. And some other stuff. Some purchases we can make with statuettes and whatnot. So anyway. Also, I kind of want to do this, like, Mount Maelstrom garden thing. We've started a little bit early today. So let me see. If I do /wiki et, what world boss is up right now? Olgoth is up right now. Now, isn't one of our thingies asking us to do something with Olgoth? That's the Gruul Shaman. Let's laugh at Gort. Let's do the Colossus. None of these are Olgoth related. And over here, I mean, I haven't even begun to look at this. Oh, this is really cool. Look at this one. This is basically turn the thing on and then kill various ambient creatures. The Howler one is awesome. We might do this today. Look at how cool that is. I'm kind of excited about that. Hello, Kabads, BDPs TV, Lethal Pineapple, Rogalicious, Lily, it's good to see. MMO Shards. You're surprised the episode was well received by most, apparently. I'm so disappointed by the story and map to the point I feel this is one of the worst Living World episodes. Really? Alright, so first, I guess I'll open the vault. Let's do the two races first. And then we'll open the vault and we'll go from there. I haven't looked at the WP2 comments for a while now. Maybe I should do that right here. Let's have a quick look as well as we kick things up. Someone was extremely skeptical of The Good Place from one of the first two episodes, but once you rewatched it, you got over the hump quickly. It became one of your all-time favorites. Someone got all three shoulders by playing the strike mission very occasionally. Someone left a comment on a really weird old video. People excited about the mount. Someone wants to talk about the Trinity. Someone agreeing with me about Chinese release being a mistake. I was always baffled why they thought it was a good idea or why they thought it was a good business idea even. Chinese players have a very different mindset, a different MMO market trends and so on. Not in a bad way or anything, it's just different. You'd need to butcher Guild Wars 2 in order to make it more appealing. And we know even that didn't work out. Why would you try to tailor your game to people with opposite interests? Well, maybe there's a level of naivety there. Maybe. But I think that really what's going on is there's a load of people in China, and it's a big market, and people want to access it. If you can put in the initial legwork to set a thing up, and then just have someone else, you know, your like branch Kongzong or whatever they were, right, to do the rest, it just generates income for you. And the thing is, with stuff like that, by the way, like I judged the Chinese launch, and it's easy to, in hindsight, knowing that it was a big waste of time. But one thing that you do have to acknowledge is that the devs that, or the managers or whatever, that sanction an idea like that to try and get a ton of money, they're not necessarily just greedy for money. Their mindset can be totally still motivated as far as, like, you know, development altruism is concerned, which is what the community was here. So basically, they can say, well, yeah, look, I know most people don't really care about China, but the money we get from China, we can use to make the Western version really good, you know? There can be that kind of pure-hearted, noble, Western version first mindset going into something like the China Initiative. Did I get number 1 there? So I think people are a little bit overly harsh, myself included, probably. Because the idea could have been that it was all just about getting more money to help the main version of the game and whatnot. Like, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's a bit of naivety and that sense that, oh, in China, here in the West, they want to break all the MMO trends, so they want to do it in the East as well. So, you know, maybe there's a bit of that. But they would have known, right? There was probably a risk assessment done where they know that there's a chance that it won't pan out, but they want to try it anyway, you know, and that's sort of been accounted for and thought of. WP, I don't know if you noticed, but you can now buy the Celestial Compass with Black Line statues. I waited so long and now it's easy. I did look very briefly at a lot of those items yesterday. I'm going to have another look at them in a minute or two. I don't remember acknowledging that they are now for sale. It's a bit of a shame, I guess, but whatever. I mean, I was going to go for unlockers for it anyway. Is Guild Wars 2 still going in China, user base or not? That's a brilliant question as well, Els 1991. I haven't done the research into it for ages. I haven't looked it up. I haven't seen any community discussion about it. I would love to know what's going on there, because it's almost like this like mystical, like half-truth world now where people don't really have real information about it. Like, I heard that their monthly tournaments, that they do have them, but they're not 5v5s because there's not a population. So instead they have daily tournaments. Instead, basically their automated tournaments are 1v1 tournaments. That's what I heard. But I've never seen anything that verifies that. And I haven't heard from a Chinese player who comes over to the Western, you know, subreddit or whatever and talks about the game. I know that when I played it, there were lots of people. I know that Azurg started following me around when I went there. I know they were very friendly. They gave me stuff. I have the stream VODs to prove it. But that was, what, 3-4 years ago now? And I've just heard nothing. I don't think I've heard anything through the Path of Fire days. I don't know if they got POF or what. I just don't know. Do you know how many items are added to the unlockers? I do, because we already streamed it all. But I'll do it again, don't worry. We're going to be looking at that in just a moment. If you guys want, I'm on NA today, so I'm going to create a squad. We will try the strike mission. I am on North America. Let's see if we can get people together to do this. So that, got that. No luck on the mini. Let's see. Let's go on list. Another thing I kind of want to try is I kind of want to see what the daily is like if I want to do a season daily. Have I seen the post from Chinese players on the official forum? Oh, there's a post, is there? No. Well, obviously not. I said I haven't heard anything. What's the post? Let's see, yeah, let's see about this daily thing. So basically, I think these are the same as the old dailies, it's just you only get one map at a time now. Complete an adventure in the domain of Istan. And if you do this, you get 3 chests of the hero. Do a bounty. See, this is cool. I wonder if there's a lot of people doing an Istan bounty right here, right now. Maybe triple chest wasn't enough. I don't know. It was ignored like any other questions about the future of the game. It was like a month ago, they were asking questions about their version, the future of the game, and their version's future. Well, that's still very vague. What do you mean? Can you just link it, maybe? If you link it, I'll read it. That could be pretty cool to see on stream. So, as I expected, because we're on NA, we might not get really anyone playing with us. But let's see. This is North America. Does anyone want to try and do the strike mission? I'll go do the jumping puzzle and the vault now. Or maybe I'll just go for some more Grothmar achievement. Well, no. The jumping puzzle I should still keep doing, for sure. Unless our plan ultimately is going to be just to buy the tonic straight up. You'll try to find out after the Chuck Matt. Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, I'd love to see what they say. So the beef supply, I think we're done with that now though, so that's good. Regarding the map, there's no races, no adventures, the most basic mastery points. Most of the events are either core-like or POF bounties with not much more substance to them. The first Raven Mastery is useless. They give it to you before you get a chance to encounter an ice barrier in the open world. So there's no meaning when you have to interact with a Raven thing to have them melt. Even the meta is underwhelming given how fast the boss dies and so little time we have to use the mechanics. I mean, I agree with all your criticisms there. I just don't feel like they're new. I don't really think that what you're saying is... I mean, I think if the feature base of this new episode is more shrunk than previous ones... I mean, obviously that's the case. They told us that that was going to be the case. So, I don't really... to me, it would be premature to judge it, right? I would judge it as like a window of time, right? I would look at now how the game goes till the end of January. Let's see what Guild Wars has by the end of January. So you've got the rest of this month. You've got all of December and the Winter's Day stuff. And then all of January. Let's see where Icebrood Saga is by then. Do we have another episode at that point? Is there a substantive expansion of the map? Are there adventures in that one? Fractals coming, you know, on the horizon there or whatever? Let's see where we are at that point. If it's still pretty much the same, it's just Winter's Day's come and gone, then I'll feel like, yeah, that's a bit of a shame. But I mean, this is just leading us into the same discussion again about the layoffs and how crunched the studio probably is, blah blah blah. You would agree that the prologue was so much better, that's why you're surprised? Well, no, because it was obvious that the prologue had been in development before the layoffs and was pretty much produced as a full-length thing. Remember, we talked about this. So, I think that the prologue was a bit sneaky, really. I think that that was a full patch as far as the development was concerned. But they called it a prologue, got everyone's expectations really low, and then everyone was really happy about it. Now the reverse has kind of happened. Now we've got a regular patch that has been explicitly told us is going to be smaller. Or no, the reverse hasn't happened. They were clear. I think they were clear about it. Legendary focus. Yeah, this is the Binding of Ipos. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think the map will expand like Dry Top 2. I mean, there's only one waypoint on it right now. If I remember... when Dry Top got added, it was a similar thing. There was only one waypoint there, I think. I might be misremembering. But I think that was the situation. Is this a spoiler-free stream? If people ask me about the story and we end up talking about the story, I probably won't hesitate to talk about it, but... it will be a matter of if and when that happens. It might not happen at all, so just use your brain and tune out the second you think it gets dicey. Ivan says, Living with World Season 4 Episode 1 came 2 months after the next pack. Yeah, I mean... this is the whole thing with Guild Wars. If you look at the POF release window... that is the period of time that I said Guild Wars was at its best. That was the best Guild Wars it's been, because what had been happening was you had these really regular patches coming out. They were predictable, they were expansive, you know. Like I personally thought that most of the season 3 episodes were really good and really enjoyable. And like a map like Draconis Mons, which was the penultimate release, that's a big fucking map. That's a big map. Flashpoint was an excellent release. Started dealing with dragons and stuff, and then for the lore enthusiasts, Siren's Landing was really good, and these things were coming regularly, and then Siren's Landing just really smoothly and comfortably rolled into a goddamn expansion, and then the expansion rolled into Season 4, like, super quick. like there was basically no downtime at all. So you just look at that period of time and how much stuff was going into the game. It's crazy. But it's the same odd story with Guild Wars, where when they do genuinely really good stuff and the pace is really high and there's a lot going on, they don't seem to reap any rewards from it. Press doesn't turn more favorable. Word of mouth and new players coming in doesn't seem to change much. It doesn't seem to matter. It doesn't seem to matter how much effort they put in. And then you know, ever since, well, we've seen where we've been going. True, it doesn't have to be that way, but it is. Arena isn't big or strong enough to put out a ton of content monthly or bi-monthly. Well, if they dedicated to Guild Wars instead of making other projects that then ultimately failed, maybe it could have. The other thing, by the way, oh god, my eye. What was the other thing I was going to say? Yeah, the other thing is, I think ArenaNet don't, like, they don't pad the episode out enough. I don't know. I might be wrong about this, and what I'm advocating might be well known to be a terrible idea and a foolish thing that QA always rebels against and whatnot, and they clearly won't do it. But from where I'm sitting, when I play those patches, and if you watch my stream yesterday as we were playing it, it really feels to me like they could filter in like 10 times the amount of combat and like actual like fighting sequences. Fighting against big individual things, fighting against swarms of little things, fighting against Condi, fighting against power stuff, just fighting things, meaningful fights. And it literally, I'm just talking about like just running through corridors and fighting things in different environments, and just as long as and not reinventing the wheel with the combat, not doing crazy special actions and boss phases and animations and all that kind of stuff. Literally take what is in the game and actually have like some interesting gameplay. If they did that, then they could make their episodes for the exact same amount of, like, voice acting and all the stuff that they do. They could, like, triple the game time that people spend on it. Just because there's actual stuff to do. Like, if you watch my experience here, well, playing with it with some friends, it's basically just press W, listen to people speaking simulator. And then a bit of a boss. And, you know, if you play co-op, they insta-melt anyway. Like, that's so low value. That's such a fucking stupid way of, like, implementing stuff and delivering it to me. Because it's like, well, look how much you're missing out on. You're getting accused of having all these shit. They basically do all the hard work, but then miss the fundamental bit that would mean someone's, like, experiencing the game. I don't know. Bit sick of all these conversations. Just the same story over and over and over again. But yeah, I just feel like there could be more combat. That's essentially how I'd want to distill that down. More combat, but more meaningful combat. I would love just a fucking toggle. I was thinking about this, right? I would love... Help Chef Melitus prepare dishes for the festival. Is this new? That would be cool if they did something new. Oh, is that just the kitchen event up here? I guess it is. Sorry, I thought I could see one there. I was thinking about this earlier. I would love if Guild Wars had, like, a toggle. Like, literally an option. I don't need any rewards, necessarily, or anything for it. I just want, like, the option to make things a bit tankier and hit a bit harder. Just so that I can have, like, an experience. And I suppose you would call that, like, a normal mode, easy mode, hard mode thing or something. And when you call it that, all of a sudden it sounds like it's supposed to be this big feature, and there's all this stuff that needs to get, all this legwork that needs to go into it, and rewards need to be figured out with it. We need to do this Casimir event, so I'm going to go. It sounds like there's a ton of busy work that would have to go in, but I really think even just the bare minimum of just, okay, can I not just one-shot my way through all of this? Can I have a game? Can I click a button that will tune this to be real gameplay for someone in Ascended gear? Can I have that button, please? You know? Like, I would be satisfied with the laziest, most, like, rudimentary implementation where it's just they are tankier and they hit harder. I really would be satisfied with that. I don't need like wacky special effects and gambits and stuff like in Fractals. I don't need new phases. I don't need new animations. I don't need new things appearing all together. Just give me like some kind of fucking slider where I can, you know, literally, like, let's treat this like 2006's Oblivion, where I can open my options and there's a slider so that I can adjust the difficulty a bit or something. I don't know. And even with a really sloppy implementation like that, if they added like an ultra hard or something, like a challenge thing for people to play through on release, you know. And I don't mean like, oh, you unlock it the second time through or something. I mean, genuinely, the game is just not fun. There's no fun to be had when you just blink and there's no real gameplay, you know. It's fun for me to listen to the story and to play with some friends and to see the pretty environments, but that bottoms out so quick, and they're not tapping into the fullness of what Guild Wars 2 can be and should be. I mean, Christ, it's a video game. So anyway, random topic, but what's my thoughts on VR currently? I don't really have many thoughts on VR because I haven't been looking at it for a long time. But I did see something. Someone was doing a comparison of a newly announced headset or something, and it really did look rather crazy how awesome the thing was. All right. Okay, so I'm going to do the wolf totem now. Oh, wait. Strike mission. So we got 5 people. Let's try it. This is North America. And, well, hold on. Is the strike mission now disabled? How does this work? Let's see. No MMO has hard content for people in Top Gear outside of raids. Well, you say that, right? And I think that's fair. But what ArenaNet needs to understand, and I would say we, the community, also need to understand, is that unlike all those other MMOs, Guild Wars doesn't ask you to grind for that top gear, really, that much. There's like a one-time ramp that you go through where you first have made your account and you're getting those initial laurels and you're going through the T4 fractals the first time and you're learning the mechanics of the raids the first time. And after that, once your foot's in the door, the game just shits rewards at you. Just spazzes them all over you constantly, you know? And they're all, you know, infinite duration. They're all account-bound things that you can put on any character anywhere. That most of them are stat swappable with the very low cost of a recipe, or fully stat swappable because they're legendary. The game does not have, like, a real infrastructure in terms of its item economy and gear acquisition and stuff. It's ludicrously friendly and comfortable with everything. Doesn't matter whether you're in PvE or you're world versus worlding or you're PvPing, they're constantly giving you resources, they're constantly giving you login rewards and all this stuff to just keep giving you gear. So it's not like in other MMOs, maybe that's a realistic scenario. Oh, we need to balance the game around the low gear because that's what most people's in. That's not what's true with Guild Wars though. I don't know, maybe this is me drawing from my own experience of the game too much. Maybe the truth is everyone is running around in greens. It's certainly true that when the Lake Doric release came out, all those people were complaining about the boss being too hard, Caudicus, right? But I mean, that's another thing. I think that's just because the game has the game has conditioned people to be averse to challenges. And so it's not even that the Caudicus fight was out of their reach. It's just that they get really bitter and upset if they wipe 5 times. Like, there's two sort of things to think of in that. You just wish you had to think and try an open world? Well, see, I don't believe that. I don't believe that open world has to be a slog. I actually think the game would not be in a good place if open world was a slog. I don't agree with you there. I think the general sort of travel, standard, like very, very baseline experience of the game, it's okay. And I think that the open world balance is fine. I actually do. And I remember like the Heart of Thorns betas where it was really challenging to kill things, and I remember everyone was so happy. But I also have a bit of perspective for the fact that, you know, most of us in that Heart of Thorns beta, we were veteran players who were established, obviously, to a great degree in the game. We were looking for that extra challenge at that point. And it was also just our first couple of hours, you know. The betas weren't long. So in our first couple of hours, we were seeing these flashy new monsters, like the tendrils and all the varieties of Mordrim and stuff, and all their flashy animations, and it was cool to drink it in. And it was cool to, like, really focus on Guild Wars and treat it, like, with that, like, you know, that big arresting attention. But I actually think that over time, that would have not favored the game anymore. I don't think it's open world's job to arrest you all the time. I think that that wouldn't be fit for purpose anymore. There are different elements of the MMO and different elements of the PvE experience that should, like, pressure you or entertain you in different ways. And open world is okay, being kind of zergy and spammy, right? But if I'm logging in to play some new stuff, like that, everything I just described about that expansion beta, that's the mindset that I'm coming into a Living World episode with. And so, yeah, when it's like my first time, when I'm doing like campaign stuff, basically, when I'm experiencing the story and going through for the first time, I want to feel like it's a game worth paying attention to, and like, you know, there's something deeper there. I could go Glyph of Storms as my last utility here, I guess. So, oh shit, I picked Glyph of Renewal. Whoops. Didn't they have a post about... Oh, no, it wasn't revive stuff, it was about full damage stuff, wasn't it? So yeah, basically I think open world is fit for purpose. I think that the Living World campaign stuff is not. Because here's another thing, another perspective of mine is that, and clearly ArenaNet's, is that when you do that story content, story is kind of a one and done thing, a once in a blue moon thing. You do the story, and they knew this, like you look back at the vanilla philosophies, how there were going to be a story mode dungeon with lots of dialogue and like skip the cutscene kind of stuff, and then the explorables were going to be much more light on the dialogue and much more light on the lore. The point was, because you wanted, that was the repeatable bit. So the devs know, right? They know that like story stuff is, you kind of do it once, maybe a second time a few weeks later on a new character, maybe 2 or 3 more times after that in your life, right? As you take other characters through, right? That's what story content is. So if we're coming at, and I think that's a fair way to look at it, if we're coming at this whole thing with that mindset that we already know our players aren't going to be doing the story content that many times, there's nothing wrong with it being a challenge and something that you have to think a bit more deeply about, because you're not going to have that moment where you're like how do I phrase this? In open world, I want to be brain dead, and if I have a moment where the game is asking too much of me, you know, because my expectation is that I can be brain dead there, then it feels bad, right? And that's the situation like with the hero challenges, when people struggle at hero challenges in open world, so they all have to be nerfed for POF and stuff. But that wouldn't happen in the story stuff, because that's not the mindset people come into it with. So I just for the life of me cannot understand why they put so little energy into making the video game parts of the game. Like, why is so little care and attention played? Let me be more specific than that. They do seem to care. Like, they do the riddles and the mazes, and they do lots of really awesome stuff. But it's combat. Combat is really what I'm whining about here. This whole discussion is combat, is what I'm talking about. They seem to really not understand their own combat, or what their players are capable of, or where the bar should be. So here's what I'm saying now. Give me the bar. If you don't know how the fuck to play the game, and most of your players don't know how to play the game, and you've got no idea like who has what gear and why and when, and everything's a clusterfuck because of your shitty Corteria experience that you refuse to touch up. If all of that's true, and I'm sure it is, give me the bar. Give me the fucking bar, please. Give me my slider. Because then, as yesterday, as an example, when I log in with 4 friends and we're like, and I know that we're all, most of the people that you were listening to yesterday are super casual. They don't even play the game that much anymore, right? But they're all in Ascended stuff and they know how to press buttons. So give me a slider so that I can actually bump it up to be something meaningful for co-op. Can you do that for me? When I sit down to play a bit of Halo, and on December 3rd, when Halo Reach comes out on PC with the MCC, do you know what I'm going to have? I'm going to have an easy mode, a normal mode, a heroic, and a legendary. And I'm going to pick one of them. We didn't need tutorials at launch to figure out the game. No, I'm not really a believer in tutorials. I think tutorials is kind of it's like an empty word. It's like a nonsense comment. It's like empty of meaning. It's too generic. We got a home instance node again. It's so broad that it's valueless. Like, what are you talking about? Tooltip advice? Because they had that, and they even gave you achievements for seeing all the tooltips. How much was that really worth, though? What did that really mean? It didn't really mean anything. Like, everything's a tutorial. Everything's a moment for learning in a game, you know? Every new mechanic that you're interacting with, it's like, how is that packaged? Are you being forced to fail against it before you learn how to deal with it? Or are they instantly allowing you to bypass it? You know, every moment is a tutorial, and how regularly a thing continues to press you is also a tutorial. So, like, in Core Tyria, they eventually added dodge roll trainers to Queensdale and all that kind of stuff, because they realized a lot of players were never pressing dodge roll. And you might say, there you go, that's really good, that's your tutorial. That doesn't solve the problem, because the fact people aren't dodging was not the underlying issue. It was just a symptom of the underlying issue. This is a classic situation where they basically slap a band-aid on. There's no point having a dodge roll tutorial if you're never required to dodge until suddenly, at a later point, where all your expectations have formed, and all your muscle memory has formed, and all your understanding of the game has formed in all those earlier hours. And now all of a sudden, you know, 50, 60 hours in, you're being told by a friend to do this weird thing called fractals, and now I have to press dodge roll, and now I'm dying? What? I don't understand. Having a dodge trainer in Queensdale isn't going to change that. You can't just throw a mechanic at someone in the first few minutes and then never have it mean anything the whole way through the formative hours of the game, and then all of a sudden expect that to be fixed. Like I said, it's just a band-aid. The fact people weren't dodging was a symptom of the fact they had built a game with shoddy fucking gameplay. And so then when the game starts to defy that, when the Heart of Thorns alphas were a little bit more difficult than all of that, when the game defied that's out of people's expectations, and so they complain. They don't stop and reassess and be objective and think, oh, okay, hold on. Is this actually... I know this is different. This isn't the Guild Wars I've been experiencing. But is this a better experience? Or is it a worse experience? One of the things that... This is very arrogant of me, but one thing I will credit myself for, much more than most people, and it really frustrates me, is most people get an idea of what they think a thing is, and then they just fucking stick to it. And if their decision was that they like the thing, if that expectation is now getting defied, they're going to hate it. There's no actual, like, critiquing that's going on. There's no, like, real assessment of the situation. It's just... this is different now, and it's not what I signed up for, and I don't like it. And their gut instinct, they feel that emotion that they don't like it, and then all they do with their brain is they just try to justify that gut instinct. They never challenge it. They never seriously ask, okay, is this better or worse? They never seriously ask that. And that's like what happened with Heart of Thorns, for example. When people are like, oh, this is really hard now all of a sudden. I don't like it. Okay, why don't I like it? I don't know. I'm just going to... And then they'll make their post or whatever reason they concoct. So yeah, you got to be very careful. Like, the whole game needs to be tutorializing properly. It's not enough to just say, ooh. Like, do you remember that we data mined a tutorial once? A PvP tutorial area? There were all like these floating pillars out in the mist, these big posts. And the idea was like one of them would teach you, I don't know, like what a capture node is, and then another one would teach, I don't know. We only saw the map, we didn't know what was on there. Well, that doesn't really mean anything. Just as there used to be a tutorial zone in the old Heart of the Mist as well. The first time you created a character, you like spawned into this weird area, and it showed you like stomping and stuff. But it didn't matter, you know. Well, actually, yeah, it didn't matter, because people will just learn and get good at what they need to learn and what they need to get good at, and that's it. It's as simple as that. So if people only have to jump over to Tequatl waves when they're at Tequatl and nothing else in the game is ever doing it, then they're going to be shoddy at it. Anyway. Okay. Strat mission went well, by the way. Good job to North America. You guys are champs. You figured it out. Still got these freaking keys going through. That's crazy. All right, I want to do the Howler, and then we're going to start looking at Black Line keys. But we'll do the Howler first, okay? So we go. The Howler 1, Experimental Warhorn. You hear their cries on the wind in the mountain valleys and the far places of the world. They are the wolves, fierce as individuals and united as a pack. Consider their combined power as you channel the wolf's hunting spirit in your initial steps to attack the legendary precursor, Howl. Look how desperately they are trying to change this last sentence. Okay, we're attacking the precursor. We're not acquiring it. We're not obtaining it. We're not gaining it. We're attacking it. So basically, we need to use this thing called the Wolf Totem, which I think is a crafted item or something, but I can't get another one. And now that the tonic wardrobe thing has happened, I actually just have it in my tonic collection for novelties. What's really strange, though, is the only way I could unlock this was by submitting a ticket to support. So I don't know how you're actually meant to get it, and I don't know whether the tonic version will ding the achievement for us. I guess we're about to find out, though. So the first one we want is we need to find an armadillo, and we're going to get a pelt from it. So where can we find armadillos? Anyone got any ideas? I'm going to go to you, chat. Let's see it. You can craft it, and it is a tonic for everyone now. Okay, good stuff. Can't I buy another one at Hobbs? Oh, I don't even need to use it? What do you mean? I do need to use it. Otherwise, I would have been dinging this accidentally over the years. Western Blaze Ridge has armadillos, says Fahubi. Alright. So this is Blaze Ridge. The west... Well, saying west on a map that's this tall is kind of... There are armadillos in Plains of Ashford. Someone said, am I playing the patch? Yeah, probably. We'll go to it soon. I want to do this, though. This is just killing some ambience. I can't imagine this will take too long. And we've got the... Hold on, those. So are these actual skills? Is this like the feline tonic? So you could beat the game with a cat out or as a wolf. We just got to find a... Wait, I've gone east. Sorry, yes, I have gone east. Derp. I don't know why my instinct for east and west is totally fucked up. I don't know what happened in my education or my early life that did that, but my brain is totally broken. Anyway, there's a raccoon here, so I'm sure that they're all the ambience, so I may as well kill the raccoon while I have it, right? Let's see, we're going to hunt it down. We get a little cool moment here to admire all the crazy detail in some of the smaller assets of the game. Like all the little sound effects and cute movements and animations. I mean, look at these things that most players never really look at. Oh, what the fuck? The spider killed it. Dude, I didn't know that that would happen. Dude, and this is tuned that... Do I still need the Celestial Compass? No, we got it a bit before, and I know that it's now available. Someone was telling me. Here we go. Howler, the Experimental Warhorn Collector. So there you go. We got a raccoon pelt. This is cool. This is possibly my favorite one, actually, so far. That opinion might change if it's really tedious and annoying and takes ages, but I don't think it will. I like this. There's no messing around with time-gated content. There's no, like, nothing that I don't feel like I have limited control over or whatever. I can do it right here, right now. There's fun flavor. There's a cool transform, an interesting item to get. It's making me interact with a facet of Tyria that I very rarely think about. Wait, what's sad? Does Icebrood Saga require an expansion to play? Everyone's saying you need Path of Fire. They're kind of wrong. You can't own just Path of Fire anymore. You're either an expansion account or a core account or a free account. That's it, really. If you're new to the game, there's only 2 choices for you. To have a free-to-play account or an account with the X-Packs. And basically, if you buy one, you get the other one instantly. There's no such thing as just Path of Fire. It just requires the expansions. That's the best way to describe that. Did I complete the hunger? Did I complete the hunger? No. What do you mean the hunger? Dude, this is just Raccoon Central. Are you guys sure about the armadillos? I'm trusting you, chat, to get this right. And I looked up to be sure you were going in the east instead of west, calling that instinct, because it's actually in the bottom right corner. Oh, cool. Well, look, there's a rabbit here. I'm going to kill the rabbit. This is it. This is the start of Guild Wars right here. This is where demo characters that played a char would appear. This little area. One of my favourite moments of the LP was doing that little thing. Near you guys at the Whiskey... Sorry, we're still too far north, actually. Oh, no, we're too far south now. It was up here that the game began. The waypoint we started at. Right, anyway, we got the rabbit. It's good. It's a new fetch quest from the new map. Oh, well, then no, I haven't. All I've done with the patch is what you saw yesterday, guys. I have not touched the patch since then. All I have done elsewise is play PvP today. That is it. So this is an armadillo. Look at this cool guy. Looks a bit sleepy. I wonder what his walk animations are like. I wonder if we can knock him down or something. Oh, look, he like paddles his hands as they fall apart. Alright, so now we're gonna kill a wild bull. Really? Oh shit, maybe some of these are event related, because I bet the wild bull is one of these in the forest. Oh, that's true, yeah, Hamad is right. I did the strike after the stream ended. Forgot that actually. I don't really remember much about it. I wonder if the raven is a thing we need to do as well. Let's go have a look at. You can find 2 NPCs in the new map around a campfire that tell you 3 lore stories. It's very cool. Don't worry, there'll be plenty of time for all that, guys. Got the raven feather. So here you see, oh, they're stampeding minotaurs. So maybe they're not. I thought they were stampeding bulls, and I thought they were ambient for some reason, but I mean, it's part of a dynamic event, so why would they be? Any ideas on where this bull might be? Guys, a bull that I'm actually capable of killing? Wait, am I capable of killing a doe? Does it want me to? This seems pretty tanky. I think we can do it. See, even this already, this feels like more turn-based, strategy-based Guild Wars 1 feeling, just because the skills that I'm interacting with are so much more tame. It feels like a different combat system, even though it's literally just a question of balance. Alright, no, that did not count. I don't think they're ever going to want me to kill a real thing. Male minotaurs are bulls. Is that how that works? Minotaurs are basically just angry fantasy cows, right? I mean bovines, but... The Woodron Glen at Diasa Plateau. Woodron Glen. So up here. The one thing I kind of don't want to do is I don't want to mount. I want to hunt properly as a wolf, alright? It's not efficient. But damn it, the RP is necessary. We got a chicken there. Sorry, I never admired it. That was a chicken pelt. Good day, nerds. Good day to you too. Welcome, welcome. Oh, we had a script. What the hell's he called? Traveler, runner, merchant. Shit, what are they called? Script, coffee script, caffeine script. Script in a box. Treasure hunter script. Treasure script? Script burglar. That's it, isn't it? I think it's script burglar. I think that's what they is. We get a rat. Yeah, people are saying in the chat. That's good. We can hunt a rat down. I'm surprised if they have a bull, a full-on bull, as an ambient creature. I mean, for real? People don't think that achievements are content, and they are wrong. Content is anything that gets you playing the game. Yeah, I don't know. What is the correct, do you guys think, way of defining what content is? I definitely think it is a subjective matter. And I think if there's kind of a bit, if there's a lot of negativity sort of wafting around, and people have a predisposition to be negative, they're likely to be more cynical about what they consider content to be to them. To me, I think I would try to define it as something like it's. I think there has to be a certain level of it being something you can interact with. I think there needs to be some sense of interactability. Because to me, like, a random item, like a food, you know, like an ascended food that I can buy off the TP and double click. To me, that's not really content, but a Belcher's Bluff kit item that I can double click and it puts a table down at my feet that I can sit on and do this like little game. That is content. So to me, there's like a level of interactivity to it. Because the ascended food will put something down on the ground as well, and you know it's got like a little animation and stuff. I suppose to some extent it's content, but as an item that doesn't really feel like content to me. But the other thing does. Dude, I don't know where the hell this build could be. Got another raccoon, few more rats. Achievements is not a content. You know, when I think of game achievements, I think of like, there was a, I guess it was a brief era now, but there was an era during sort of late PlayStation 1, early PS2 titles, where, well, not even just early PS2 titles, but basically, I guess the whole way through the PS2 and the Xbox original, a lot of games would host their own achievement infrastructure within the game. So like a game I often talk about in the stream, like a game series, is the Ratchet & Clank series. And you would have like these optional or even hidden achievements. And sometimes they would be completely frivolous. They'd do nothing. It was just, here you go, there's an achievement. Do you want to try and do this bonus thing? Sometimes it might give you like a concept art screenshot or something. Or it might unlock a room where you can see some dev work. Maybe. But that's as good as it would ever get. But mostly they were just lists of extra things you could maybe do if you wanted to. And there was kind of a window where a lot of games supplied them within themselves. Then I think when the 360 came out and the PS3, you kind of ended up getting all the achievements through their infrastructure instead. And over on PC gaming, Steam started hosting that kind of stuff. Oh, here's a bull. Dude, crazy. Ambient bulls. But when I think achievements, I tend to think in those terms. And to me, like, I don't know, I think it was content. I remember playing games extra just to do those other things. You know, it's a developer-sanctioned thing to go for. And to me, if the developer is saying, implicitly or explicitly, but quite often it's implicit, obvious, if by way of the fact that it exists in the game, the dev is pushing you to do it, then it's content. It feels like maybe something like that to me. The wolf's hunting spirit. Track down and kill a crab. Well, crabs should be pretty easy, right? I'm thinking South Sun, but that's probably overkill. Do you still get ambience and Lion's Arch? Let's just have a look over at the beach here. Oh, there's ambient bulls at Beetleton Farms as well. Interesting. Now, I'm glad we got the bull from DSR. I'm glad, because he's a cool bull. It's on theme with the area. I like running around at a slow speed with a zoomed-in camera and a different model. I think this is cool. I like the shadow and the lighting on the wolf as I run around. This feels really video gamey to me. Very different to the sort of other experience I have now, just sort of blindly zapping through on a mount. I'm not really looking at the way my character looks and feels as a part of the world. Jerry says I'd class 90% of achievements as content. What are the 10% that you don't? So here's a crabbing area. I think achievements get a bit of a bad rap. Something very cool about being on this, though. I like this. I think the game looks really pretty right now, like ridiculously pretty. Oh, well, the lighting just changed. But I think it's really cool flying around on this bird. And if I'm ever doing this on my own when I'm not streaming, I'm always like, I kind of want to record this, but I have no need for the footage. So then I just kind of feel a bit hollow. And then I always get a bit existential and start wondering what I'm doing. But this is cool. When I'm streaming, you get to see, look, the wolf splashing in the water there. Look at that. What a lovely little effect. Alright, not even being ironic right now, by the way. We got the crab. Using the wolf totem, kill a cow. Oh, sorry, a crow. What region of the world do crow like to inhabit? Maybe there are crows in some of the snowier areas? You don't think that achievements where you have to slash emote in front of a thing is content? Well, to me, there's a lot going on, right? Because an achievement in Guild Wars, specifically, what it's doing is giving you an item a lot of the time, like especially like with a collection. Even if you don't see the item go into your inventory, you are actually getting an item. And there's like an icon, right? Like there's a grid of things to collect or to do. And there's a grid of icons that represent different things. Now, if those images have a particular artistry to them, or like nice visual effect, I kind of do look at that and think that's content to me. I appreciate that there's like something a little bit deeper there. Does that make sense? Even if the actual thing that I'm doing in game is really boring and really lame and really, you know, just whatever that means to you guys, whatever's super boring. If it's couched in an achievement with like some interesting flavor, to me it feels like a worthwhile kind of part of the game. Do you get what I mean? The new beetle buff is cool, but goddamn, the power creep from that is insane. Wait, what's the beetle buff? Oh, the fact that the beetle starts on max. Yeah, it is crazy. You know what's kind of weird? I'm obviously not reading Reddit much at the moment anymore. And I'm not reading the forums much. But I feel like that change is not going to be discussed anywhere near to the level that it could be. And that makes me really sad. Makes me really sad that actually a very substantive thing has a little line in the patch note, and probably it won't spur people on to like thinking about the mount and questioning the balance and stuff. Everything just feels really cavalier. I'm in kind of a dark place really with a lot of it, where I just feel like a lot of really good decisions ArenaNet make go completely under the radar and don't help the overall health of the game anyway. And a lot of really terrible decisions ArenaNet make, or wanton decisions that they make, don't really get noticed or discussed or anything anyway. So I just feel kind of like, I don't know. There's just a sense of meaningless to everything at the moment that feels kind of grim. Most of Reddit say it's the best change of the patch, but nobody's discussing the balance of it. Yeah, and there's just, you know, most feedback is only ever self-interested efficiency feedback. That's all it ever is. Here's how to make the game... If you're a game developer, you have a game, right? Or you're making a game or whatever. Here's how to make the community happy. Are you ready? It's really not that difficult. Question. Does your change make the game more efficient for your player base to play? If the answer is yes, in general, they'll applaud it. If the answer is no, in general, they won't. Because most people just can't look past that. I can't see any crows. Did it speed them up? Did it power creep them? Then don't worry, they'll love you. They'll love it. It's literally like fucking just appeasing toddlers. And you have like one sensible person like, hold on, is this overall diminishing our experience in the game? What are you talking about? It makes it easier. I'm playing the game to have fun. Why would I want the game to be a nuisance? That's the answer you'll get back. And there you go, that's it. What I want to do to the vast majority of people is like give them dev commands. And like, because they just want to speed everything up and up and up and up. So let them play the game where they literally just have dev hacks, just like insta-teleporting everywhere, instantly getting all the items, just completely destroy their experience of the game, and then realize that a lot of the fun in gaming and like really well-made economies and all that stuff is scarcity and is pacing and is, you know, piecemealing things out. And what you're currently just offhandedly disregarding as irritations or whatever, a lot of those inefficiencies actually build to a grander experience and are there for a reason. They're not all just like these accidents, and they're not all there because of greed, and they're not all there just because the devs are trying to bypass it by money grubbing on the gem store. They actually can build to a fuller gaming experience. The only place you find crows in the Shiver Peaks is in Timberline Falls. Interesting. Alright, let's go to Timberline then. Thank you. The more that you guys help and chat, the better. Because I'm not on wiki on this one. I think I found a bug, by the way, on Ranger today. I was playing Core Ranger. Do you guys want to see it? It's not a fun bug. Dude, I swear I just saw a frog in the water. And now it's gone. Did that moa eat it? No. Do the moa eat frogs here in the water? That's such a cool detail if that's true. Did you guys see that? Was there a frog? There is a frog. Let's see if a moa eats this one. No, I don't think it's going to. Alright, nom nom. I'll eat it then. Okay, that's fine, but that's not what we were looking for. Someone said go to the Gentle River. So north. Reddit is mad about the update right now. Why is that? Do you think killing salmon is a thing? Does this actually work underwater? Oh, it does, but I can't attack. Oh my god, the swimming wolf. Alright, how do we rate this? Dog lovers out there, how do we rate the dog swim animation? Alright, I want to have a discussion about this, because some dev put the effort in to build this, and no one's ever talked about it. So here we go, this is the moment. How do we rate the dog swim animation in Guild Wars 2? Just one of those little things that you may not have appreciated. Some rangers out there who have, you know, wolf pets might have noticed it a bit. But here we get a really good look at it. Not too bad. It's a 4. What is that out of? It's 10 woofs out of 10 buffs. 2 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Alright, well, hard to please. There you have it, guys. Alright, how the what we get? Gentle River. We're looking for crows. Your favorite animation in the game is the feline tonic glide. Is that just one of the bugged ones? I'm not interested in the stupid like T-poses that you can bait the game into all the time, or like just any kind of weird like freezed animation bugs where the cycle breaks or whatever. But rare animations you don't know are in the game but actually are, that kind of stuff I like. So yeah, like weird swim animations on tonics that you didn't know about is a very good sort of area. Dude, I can't find this crow. This guy's up here, so maybe it's up there. It swims through the air. It's awesome. Oh, wow.
Seriously, it's not business as usual. Reddit is much more negative against the game lately, and for a longer time. I've never seen so many people trying to send away prospective new players just to shit on ArenaNet. Interesting. Well, tell me more, Ailes. Get it off your chest. I'd love to hear. What makes you say that? Lot more than normal? 1 minute ago, I was convinced I don't like the wolf transformation, but then the swimming happened. Dude, this is super annoying. This is actually going to be a really slow stream then, if this isn't as simple as I thought it was. Are you guys sure that you're right, that there's a crow at the Gentle River? Are there more crows just somewhere else that's easier to find? Yesterday I interacted with a couple of threads where newcomers or returning players asked about the game, and the majority of those who posted tried actively to send them away, saying that PvP is dead, the game is finished, it's in maintenance mode. Not someone, most people in the thread. What, and were they all upvoted? Well, that's just ridiculous. To say that the game's in maintenance mode is very silly. Just dev hack and get all the things. You mean get on a mount? That counts, right? Oh shit, I remember some white creatures in some caves and things. Look, I'm role-playing as a wolf in a wolf cave now. Oh, I've got to fight a raptor to defend myself. Do these skills not scale as I level and gain attributes? Do they have like 0 scale potential so that they'll always just do... I applied a bit of burn though with my burning precision trait. That's pretty cool. Actually, I love that my traits are still working here. That's kind of cool. Alright, we're going to bugged glide away here to break combat and then go somewhere else. Beautiful. Truly beautiful. Try the Skaver Plateau in Queensdale. Alright, that's the Windmill King area, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, they do scale. I was doing 10 damage hits in level 1, was I? Shows how much I saw. It just felt like very low damage. Damn this pink tag. Let's have a green one. And that gives you the right to be completely toxic about everything. Wait, what? Who's talking? You, as one of the big names of Guild Wars 2, do you make an effort to get new people to come play? Not an active effort. I don't seek people out. But I never turn them away. If someone came to my chat and said, "Hi, I'm a new player, I'm thinking about the game," I wouldn't give them a... I would try my best. Usually chat, even my chat, they usually get in and they're just fucking whiny and they'll... I tend to get the sense that people send new players away. I personally try not to do that, though. I'll say, like, they'll say, "Is the game active?" And I'll always say, "Yes, the game's active." Or they'll say something like, "Do I need the expansions to play?" And I'll say, "No, you can play free for fine. You can even be competitive for free." And then I'll say, you know, the expansions aren't even that expensive or whatever, or you get 2 for 1 or whatever the dev's current thing is. The one thing that I'm not very good at is people always ask me like really boring questions like, "What's the best class for PvE?" And like they give me... Oh, they won't even say for PvE. They'll just say, "What's the best class in this game?" And in that situation, it's clearly a new player thinking about their first profession. And I could spend 20 minutes teaching them all the little bits about and getting to know them and finding out what kind of person they are and what kind of flavor they like. But the truth is, a person should just, I think, pick what flavorfully that looks good to them and go from there. Because there is no, like, one domain of game experience that a single class has. You know, you can build any class like a power build or a condi build or, you know, a glassy build or a tanky build. And there's a lot of crossover. There's no such thing as, like, the elementalist play style, you know. Like, that overlaps with the play styles of loads of other builds, depending on what format they're in and what kind of build it is. And so, you know, it's kind of just a silly question. But there's so much... here's a crow. There's so much to go into that I tend to be really, short with people. So I'm not good for that. But in general, I do not try to send people away. But I must say, I do often find, even on my own streams and on my YouTube channel videos as well, if I see a comment from a new player who wants to play the game, people don't jump on that as an opportunity to be like, oh yeah, it's good, whatever. I think most people are really scared of being shills, or they don't think it's their responsibility, or they don't care much. It's just a big joke to them. They'd rather just have a fuck about and a joke on the internet, because it's just a video game, and who really gives a shit? They're not that invested in it. And you can't be mad at people for feeling that way. So, people aren't really that accommodating. Also, I feel a bit sickened by the whole... So, what's this? A deer. We just got to find a deer. Well, let's stay in this area of the world, because I think we can find deer around here, possibly. I'm quite averse to the whole, like, super goody two shoes kinds of, like, overly feel goody kind of community atmosphere, where like a noob will come in and they'll say, hi, is this game worth playing? And then they'll get a billion messages back filled with love hearts and cat faces saying, yes, it's amazing, you should definitely come play. Oh, it's the best. Like, I wouldn't want to be fake about it or whatever. But I definitely would encourage people to come, and I definitely wouldn't, like, bow to sort of any kind of pervading negative atmosphere from elsewhere. But the thing is, Guild Wars community in general, I think, is in a place where most of the voices for it are just kind of... I don't know. There's a very kind of negative kind of spiral. Let me put it that way. I think with the game in general. And you may say it's justified or whatever, right? And that's fine. You might have your little nerd rage on. You might be trying to do your bit, do your little battle to drag the game down. I think that's pretty losery, to be honest. But if that's what people want to do, that's fine. The jump animation's kind of cool on this as well. It's not my job to white knight and defend the game. But yeah, back to the original question. No, I don't actively seek people out. I don't actively go out of my way to try and shill the game. Like if I make a let's play of a different game, I won't be in every video saying, by the way, guys, Guild Wars 2 is this really good game. You should come play. I wouldn't. That isn't what I'd be doing. Dude, I really want a challenge where I'm playing Corteria in, like, tonics, but it's, like, random tonics, and it shuffles because of some mechanic or something. I just don't know what it would be. I don't know how to make the game fun in Core. Anyway, I don't see any deers. Anyone got any other ideas for deers? The number of PMA title streams, IRL. Well, look, PMA is just a joke, right? That's, I found one. PMA is like a bullshit corporate term that out-of-touch people used with sincerity and then got openly mocked and laughed at by more toxic communities that do not give a fuck. And now it's just like an ironic thing. No one who advertises... Well, maybe some people do sincerely call their streams PMA streams. But I feel like you're opening yourself up to getting bullied with that, or like mocked. Or some derision, anyway. Okay, eagles. Where might we kill eagles? Sadly, I can't go to Freedom Land, America on this. Did you get any Eye of the North vibes from the episode? No, I did not. Like, how would I compare the first questline of Eye of the North to the Icebrood Saga? I wouldn't. I really didn't get any of those vibes. Is this rat with a backpack a pet following him around? Yeah, it's a stream viewer. Don't be a dickhead. But yeah, he's in the script burglar tonic, and I thought it was pretty cool he was following. Smitsky says hello. Hello. Positive voices are tired themselves, maybe irritated by the amount of stupid bullshit people say attack ArenaNet, but also not really happy nor satisfied. I don't know. I think the thing is, I mean, I've said this about myself a lot of times. I think I'm just a bit too cowardly to pick a camp. That's probably sums me up more than anything else. I don't want to be the guy that's actually, like, on the front lines. Guild Wars 2 is great. Everyone, let's hold hands and sing Kumbaya and fight the meanies. I don't want to be that guy. I'm too cowardly to be that guy. It's too much energy to be that guy. I'm not that guy. But I'm also not, like, a, like, sour, lost objectivity, you know, unremarkable douchebag that's got a hate boner and just has to keep whining and has lost all sense of being a reasonable, positive, sociable human, you know, which is what you find most people end up becoming, I think. So, I don't know, I end up being too cowardly to be one or the other, and I'm just kind of in the middle. We already got Rabbit, right? Maybe that's what I should do. I should get my golden banner. Should we rename the series to PMA Master? Today on Guild Wars 2 Master, we're going to get a collection done, and we're going to learn how to have a positive mental attitude about the state of the Icebrood Saga. So the release wasn't as big as you thought it was going to be. But it's okay. You know, the devs did go through some hard times this year. Let's, I don't even know where do you take it? What do you do if you're trying to just be positive? I don't know what you do. I don't think it's cowardly not to buy into a bullshit dichotomy. But hold on, someone said to me, if you're not with us, you're against us. And that was scary. I feel like I need to join a camp. I watched Zootopia earlier today. Totally different story. I watched Zootopia. And it's so, like, punch you in the face, like, obvious with its, like, allegory towards racism and, like, the story it's trying to tell there, that I actually found the movie super awful. And I can't remember if I really disliked it this much last time I watched it. It's like a really boring film. Like, super boring. I mean, technically it's cool. The other thing that annoyed me about it is you can clearly see, like, they're just copy-pasting animations that you'd find, like, in Tangled or in Frozen or in Moana. Obviously, Moana wasn't out at the time. But they do the same... Like, I'm literally looking at this bunny talking, and it's pulling the same faces and eye movements and poses and stuff that, like, Anna or Elsa would pull or whatever. It's so weird. But, I mean, I did like the idea of the sea and stuff. Why watch it more than once? Well, last time I watched it was ages ago. I couldn't remember what the plot was anymore. Because I'm like an old man now. So a year after I've enjoyed something, it's gone. It's deleted from my spongy, dumb brain. So I have to watch it again to sort of try and remember. I don't like reusing assets. No, it just took me out of the moment a little bit. That was all. What I'm gathering is you don't know how to be nice. No, this is like a different realm, alright? I'm talking about, you know, like, broad community stuff. It's not the same as, like, having a one-on-one conversation. That's a very different room. What were we looking for again? We're looking for eagles. I can't find any. If there are crows here... Maybe there are eagles around here, because... Aren't there risen eagles? On Reddit at the moment, if you don't join the bashing, but actively try to counter-argue, you just get downvoted out of visibility. I understand what WP says. I don't have the time, energy, or will to do that, so I just stay out of it. Well, look, that's not really just the Guild Wars 2 community. That is what Reddit is. I actually read a really well-written post. It was very articulate, in a way that I could never hope to be. And I always feel very humbled when I see that, because I used to think I was a little articulate, but I certainly don't anymore. But someone had this very eloquent response, and basically summation of the Reddit experience and what it's become. And the idea of Reddit as an encapsulated part of social media, right? And they were talking about, like, Reddit versus Facebook, essentially. It was embedded in a thread about that. But they kind of just pointed out this whole, like... this whole phenomenon on the website where you really don't go there to get opinions challenged. You really don't go there for discussion. You really don't. The only time an idea is allowed to adapt and augment and be challenged and, and some new thing come out the end is when it's like a harmless discussion that no one has any stakes in. So quite often it's very anecdotal, minor things, you know, about someone's specific experience they had in life, and then someone might have an additional observation that they add to or something. That's the only way in which ideas and things like evolve and move forward on that platform. Basically, the community consensus at the gate dictates what you see and what you don't, and it kind of doesn't go much further than that. And anyway, someone had a really cool thread about that. So it's not just Guild Wars. That's just everywhere on Reddit, really, to be honest. I still think it's a good resource, though. And I do think that you just have to be a little bit more careful. You have to curate things. You have to... This is going to sound super hipster, smell my own fart, arrogant, whatever. But you really do have to look at things that aren't too popular. And maybe filter the comment orders a little bit differently as well. I mean, I would say that you should just sort by like controversial, but I mean that's a trip in the other direction, so I don't know. But yeah, it is kind of weird, honestly. Like the smaller the community, the way more substantive and more quality you'll get out of any kind of discussion and chance for real insights. I don't know what that is. It's strange, right? Because when... I think we all have had that experience growing up. I like being on a dinosaur in it. Oh, this is cool. I think we all have that experience, right? Everyone wants to be popular at some point, right? People don't want to be ostracized. They don't want to be outcasts. They want to be well-known and well-liked. They want to be in the majority. To some extent, people want to feel as a part. But it's kind of weird because Reddit really shows that the ultimate average, the most popular, you know, most well-known, most well-regarded, most agreed upon ideas and stories and subject material and observations and stuff truly are shit. Like, really. So it's such a hipstery thing to say, but I really think it is true that the only interesting things that actually add to stuff, like you can't, it can't be too popular. There can't be too many people around it. If there's too many people around it, it's just nothing. It's just nonsense. So I don't know. How's the new patch? I personally enjoyed it. I haven't played many hours of it yet, though, so much more to learn about it still. Much more to think about, see. We're just getting these ambients for now. We've only got a few left. I've just got to find an eagle. Someone says there's a risen eagle on me, WP. That's cool, but... Does risen count? Let's see. Did I see that they added new stuff to wardrobe unlockers? I did, and we're going to be unlocking those soon. Don't you worry. We'll be seeing those. Someone said there are no eagles in ore, WP. Okay, well, we'll just check this risen one first. I keep seeing expansion level content Omega lol, but I'm not sure what people actually want. They've changed some stuff with the reward scheme on the new map, but of course it's still going to be similar to previous Living Wild. Well, look, I mean, ArenaNet did say expansion level. It's just what lens do you choose? I don't see a... Oh, you're talking about these ones. It's what lens do you choose to judge the game by? Because, yeah, this is level 75. We're not going to be able to get it. No, there's no way. We need ambience. There's no way it would be a random actual leveled combat thing, is there? That's why I said the January thing, because to me it's like the one episode is obviously not going to be enough to get a firm grasp on the full extent of what Icebreed Saga is. We know that a big part of Icebreed Saga is smaller individual patches but more regular drop-ins, and the kind of things that they deliver and the way that subsequent patches interact with prior patches, that is all different, alright? Now, you cannot tell me that just because the prologue is out, which was clearly developed as a regular patch, and now episode 1, almost in isolation, we just have episode 1 basically, you cannot tell me any of those prior things have actually like had a chance to express themselves. We can't judge any of that stuff. You can't judge whether Icebreed Saga is doing expansion level stuff when it hasn't even had, you know, when most of its defining qualities are about how the patches, how regularly they come in, how they expand and augment and change one another. And they've not even had a chance to do that yet. You need at least 2 points on the timeline, at least 2, to see how regularly the releases come and what they do. So, And, you know, we haven't seen what's become of the current events thing. And do you guys remember Team 4? I bet no one's talking about that either. Let me ask you, chat. What do I mean by Team 4? Did we get a Sparkfly yet? I'm just curious. Alright, someone found one in Queensdale that is an ambient. Okay, an ambient eagle right down there. Okay, cool. Let's hear it, guys. What's Team 4? What am I talking about? In the meantime, Benji says, anyone mentioned Shaman's post saying the map boundaries are bigger? Makes me think about the current map. There's lots of arches around the map. Maybe they're teleporters for future masteries. I really haven't explored the map well enough to see yet, but yeah, I'm sure they'll expand it like direct top. I mean, come on. I think he's in a different mega server because he's slightly grayed out. Yeah, there you go. You guys do know. Quick beamed. That's pretty funny. Team 4 was to make the new launcher. Yeah, no, they basically said that they had a Team 4 that was on a secret project. And I think, did they confirm or were we just guessing? They basically made it seem like, we needed a spider too, that's awesome. That might have been the current, it might have been the Beetle team or whatever, like the current events guys. Anyway, that's a part of Icebreed Saga and we don't know. So, you know. Is there really an eagle here, but only in another thing? Let me join. What are you doing, Dip? I'm just getting one of the legendary collections done. Then we're going to open the Black Line chests. Then we're going to go on the new map and see what's available there. For a little bit. But so far, I haven't played any of the new patch yet, Kerry. Here we go. Yeah, I see them. Nice. Nicely done. Okay, so that's the eagle. Good shit. Now we want to kill a lightning bug. Did I get in combat? For fuck's... Oh, I need to change this glyph as well. Oh, guys, I've been using my stow rebind again today. If you remember a stream a while ago, I was talking about rebinding sheath weapon to escape, which you do actually have to do through a third-party operation. Like, I used auto hotkey. It's still just one key press for one thing, so it's not against TOS or anything. But it means I can easily press the escape key without stretching my hand all the way up there in a fight. And it's been so useful. I'm able to countercast a lot of skills that I wouldn't normally be able to. Which has been cool. I adore the Ipos animation. Alright, I'm going to go to the lightning bugs. See, I feel like in Ratassoon there are some. I'm just going to guess. Let's try it. The incubation waypoint. Any thoughts on the 2019 Game Awards nominees? Someone talked. Was it you? Someone talked to me about that yesterday. There are lightning bugs here, but they're green, not white. Okay. But I don't really know why I should. There's different bodies give different awards. There's no like. Am I so out of the loop the last 5 years that there is now a definitive? There's one over there. I see. Like video game awards ceremony. Is there a video game Oscars at this point? All right, there we go. Am I missing this? Exactly. So I don't really care, to be honest. Unless there's like a reputable, big, significant gaming industry event like the Oscars, right? If we get a, you know, that goes on every year and people actually respect it and it means something, then yeah, I think that's a conversation I'd be interested in every year. But as far as I know right now, it's just a bunch of different random companies, random nerds with different people's fingers and different people's pockets and different amounts of payoffs going on. And you're not going to really get anything that interesting out of it. So whatever. Alright, next. Kill an osprey. Shit, that's a type of bird, right? Oh god. Yes, it's a type of bird. Look, I'm not an idiot. Not an idiot. I do know these things, guys. But where would I find one in Guild Wars? I genuinely don't know. I'm going to guess Fireheart because what have we killed that's ambient anywhere near here? Doesn't that respect come from age? Yeah, I don't know. I'd love to hear how the Oscars got established for the film industry. I'd love to know how the Nobel Prize got about for, you know, as a I don't know if you can really compare Nobel Prize to like the Oscars, right? But anyway, a reputable awards board for various human endeavors. I don't know how you sort of successfully get something out of the ground. I'm sure a lot of people are trying to and want to, because I'm sure there's a lot of money if you become the de facto X, Y, or Z. Some rabbits. Toxel Bog has Osprey among most of the ambience for this. Oh, really? Ah. We didn't look at the, Wait, Toxel Bog. Which one's that? Isn't that the one with the displaced creatures? It is. Dude, that's weird. I do surprise myself sometimes. Why do I know that that's the Toxel Bog? There are no Ospreys in all of Ascalon. They're in Crater and the Heart of Thorns maps. Weird. So before launch, they were only in Heart of Thorns. They were only in Crater. By the way, a frog. This is cool. We haven't looked at any frogs yet, right? We saw one was going to get eaten before. I think he's really cute, but we can hardly see him. He's too small. Trying to get him on camera. Look at him. Oh, oh no, my face cam. No, you can still see it. There it is. I bet there's some like super quiet ass little sound effect that he plays that the devs went to the effort of putting in the game and people just don't sort of appreciate. Alright, let's fly over there. Do you think the game would actually benefit if they came out and told us all the things they want to do for the saga? Or do you think it would just kill it? No, I don't think it's a good idea to just say the things you want to do if you can't back them up. My sense of the whole thing is it's probably very frantic, very scary, very insecure development most of the time. My sense of it is that there's probably really passionate, real, decent, hard-working nerds at the studio that desperately want to see the big things happen for the game that the people in the community want to see. I genuinely do think there's real, genuine passion and desire to see the same things that we want. But whether they can pull them off, even within the studio and all the money and whatever and infrastructure they've got to do things, is a whole other question. So I do think it's dangerous to go willy-nilly out there making statements about what you want. Because here's the thing, people are stupid. People are obscenely stupid. And they literally don't know how to understand, like, modality or degrees of chance. They just cannot. People are, like, ludicrously dogmatic. Even my little rant here is dogmatic. The irony, right? It's literally, you cannot idly or casually mention anything as a dev. You just can't. Because people take it as a fucking promise. And I know that a promise is meaningless. But people, like, the fact that people feel so negative when it doesn't come to pass, there is something there. There's something that you got to, like, save them from themselves. People are so stupid, you have to treat them like toddlers with, like, kiddie gloves all the time. Otherwise, they just set themselves up for disappointment. They misconstrue what you're saying. They take things out of context. They expect too much. And then it's your fault somehow. So don't give them it. Like, I'm really sorry, but that is the actual state of humanity here in 2019 as social media and the internet has gone along. That is where we are. And I fully believe just shut up and just give them what they're given. Treat them like little kids, because that's how they act. It's exactly what you should do. Just put it in front of them and let them eat it up and enjoy it, but then get back to work. Because honestly, fuck those guys. That's what I think. So I'm kind of okay with the no communication thing. For that reason and many more. I still don't see it. The ambient. And a lot of it's accidental as well, by the way. It's not like malice or an individual person's foolishness. It's that people aren't careful with language. So, let's say this. Guys, I was thinking last night about playing Final Fantasy 14. So, I don't know, you might see a stream on that at some point. You might see a Final Fantasy 14 stream. Okay, now I can say that to you guys here in this room right now. And you guys have all the context for that. You can have all the context. However, a week from now, someone on the Spud Discord, link in the chat by the way, someone in the Spud Discord might casually mention, oh, did you see that bit where WP said he was thinking of playing Final Fantasy 14? And the other guy will say, no, oh, that's interesting. And then their conversation ends. But now there's a guy wandering around who's been playing Chinese Whispers and he doesn't realize it because the guy in the middle of the chain wasn't careful enough, thinking that I've been making comments about playing FF14. And then when it doesn't happen, they think, oh, he's let us down or whatever, right? Like, that's how easy it is for context to be lost. So if you're saying something as a dev, you be very sure about what you're saying. Because people won't do the due diligence. The biggest failure in that whole thing is the guy in the middle. And it's not because he's actually stupid. It's not because he's being malicious. He's just being negligent. And that's what most of these social crimes are, I think. They're crimes of negligence. So anyway. I still don't see this thing. I can't even remember what we were going for. There's a bull here. Oh, he disappeared. Raccoon. Oh, there's a hound. Shit, he's gone now. Oh, and a dog. Oh, I don't want to kill a dog as a wolf. Oh, there's an osprey. I'm gonna get there quick though. No. Oh, this is like a mini game this time. Rooster. Crab. Armadillo. We already got him as well. There's another one. Get it. Nice. Pig and snowy owl. Alright, what do you guys think? Snowy owl. Where might a snowy owl be? Chicken, raccoon, bull. Oh, I think I might know where a snowy owl is. What if it's an owl lodge? Yeah, well, everyone's saying owl shrine. Guys, it's the lodge, alright? It's the destroyed lodge. Have I taught you all nothing? Snowy owl in Fireheart. Hey, there could be. There's the frozen section there. Don't be pedantic. That's not pedantry. People keep accusing me of being pedantic. That's not pedantry. It's cool that it's a lodge. Being a lodge is like, it's one of the big ass fucking buildings at Holbrook, right? Like, the lodges are like these epic special things. Like, what's cool about it is look at how close it is to Holbrook. You don't realize it, but it's like, you know, that's what's cool about it. It's a giant fuck off building and it's destroyed. That's like epically sad. There's like little shrines everywhere. There's loads of shrines. But this is cool. And it's like burnt down. Very sad. Oh yeah, for sure it would be, yeah, we all know what we're all talking about. I didn't mean to give the impression that I didn't know what you were all saying. Or that you were leading me astray. But I do think it's worth pointing out that this is a lodge. I don't really know whether there's any here though. All that said. Getting called a nerd. In my own echo chamber. How dare you all. Don't make me put PMA in the title. Why is WP using science words? What? The goal today is to kill a couple more ambients. Like, literally, 2 more ambients. I don't see any snow. Oh, I do see a snow owl. Nice. And then we're going to do keys. I'm actually really... Which is the bit I'm looking forward to most. I didn't... Shit. Fuck. The radius on that was way too huge. Oh, no. I killed the owl. I should have focused. I'd already distracted myself. Talks to the owl shaman, old goddess. Rip. An interesting thing with communication again is, I mean, I always talk about them, but I'll do it again, I suppose. With the whole performance, guys remember I was telling you about over on Paradox and the Solaris thing with the performance issues? And how everyone freaked out at them. I'd always considered them to be a very good studio for communication, but they had all these massive freakouts recently from their community saying they're not communicating enough. Well, apparently some YouTuber over in their scene did like this big video called an open letter to the devs, and there's all these forum threads and everything, and they're like desperately trying to get the attention of Paradox, and they got a tweet out of them, and the tweet basically said, "We feel we are always very communicative with our audience. We know you guys love the game as much as we do. When we're ready to talk about performance, you can bet we definitely will." That's what they got. That was their response. That was pretty interesting as well. I feel like trying to communicate with your audience as a studio is just like one of those unwinnable games, because there's always someone that doesn't consider it enough. You know, unless you're like holding hands, sitting in a restaurant, looking lovingly into one another's eyes as they stroke your hair and tell you about all the upcoming features that they think they're working on, and the names of all the devs, and when they've been sick for work, and which ones just knocked up their wives and now might have to be away on maternity or paternity leave, and you know, how much money there's available. Unless you're doing all of that while softly humming to them, right? They're not going to be happy. It's not enough communication. So you best be willing to be like a surrogate mother for all of them. Otherwise, there's going to be some little sect out there that's saying, you don't communicate enough. You could communicate 20, 30, 40 times better than any other game studio ever has with its audience. Like, 95% of your day-to-day for every single one of your devs can be, instead of actually working, simply communicating to audience directly what you want to be working on, and it still wouldn't be enough. Someone would still want more clarification on one point that you said sometime before, right? So I just feel like, why play the game? Why play it? Pretend you don't speak the language of the people who you're developing for, and just don't do it. Don't open the door. So you've seen the dev response within the past few days about the build template feedback? Actually, no, I haven't. Oh my god, I made such a mistake killing this owl. This stream is getting really bad. I need to go back and see if it's there again, because we keep finding these barred owls now, not the snowy ones. Promise them the world and they'll wonder why they didn't get the moon too. That's a little cheesy, but I kind of like it. I told that story the other day about the church that was giving had a volunteer that put on like a movie night and found a way to get like a bunch of spare popcorn or something. We didn't even get the thing. So people could have popcorn or whatever. And they did it like a couple of years in a row. But it was literally just like one person all on their own putting the energy and effort into just doing this nice thing for the community. And then after it had been going just a couple of years and they got like popcorn and they got hot dogs one year or something, people came up and started complaining that there wasn't beer and saying, why isn't there, you know, I think maybe they only had popcorn, and people started complaining, why aren't there hot dogs and stuff. People just, like, you give them an inch and they start taking a mile. Like, people lose all objectivity and sense of what's going on. There is no snowy owl. So what is it that I'm trying to kill? I need a pig and a snow owl. That's totally what I just killed, right? Didn't I just kill a snow owl? I'm looking for a pig or a snow owl, but I thought that people told me to come to the lodge. So I've been at the lodge. No, I appreciate that there's snow versus snowy, but you guys don't understand. I'm not here because I'm looking for a snowy owl. I don't give a fuck. I just want the owl. It's just you guys said go to the lodge. And I thought that it was a good idea to go to the lodge too, so I came here. I haven't been on Wiki and typed the wrong word or something. And just because there might be one variety here and not the other doesn't make me think that they couldn't both be here. So because this one had a Y on the end, it's not correct? In the meantime, I guess I'll get a pig. Now, I think you can get pigs... Oh, the thing is, I know cities. I know pigs in cities. There might be pigs at Shaymore, just wandering around up here, maybe? Snowy owls don't exist. They only exist in real life, not interior. It says I need to kill a snow owl. The item is snowy owl, but the description says I need to kill a snow owl. The actual thing I'm looking for is a snow owl. That's what it says in-game. I don't know what wiki is reading. Were there pigs here? I feel like there were more pigs around the Asuran areas, maybe. Claypool. Does Claypool have pigs? Interesting. Okay, we can go have a look at that. Love me some Claypool. That's kind of pedantic. Yeah, that's a bit pedantic. But I mean, I don't know if the game thinks that it's important, then maybe it is important. Sorry, Mr. Pig. Let's have a look at his animations, by the way. Which of these animals is your favorite so far? I think he's pretty cool. You definitely killed a snow owl. I don't know why it didn't work. Well, does anyone know from Wiki? Another snow owl location, maybe? Someone says go to Val's Lake for the snow owl. Okay. Val's... Wait, I don't know where that one is. That sounds like a Shiver Peaksy place, though. That's False Lake. Ooh. Heroes Conference in Holbrook. Okay. Multiple people say that. That's this thing. But isn't everything... they're not killable in cities, right? They're green, aren't they? They're all green. Like these rabbits are green. Yeah, and the snow owl is green. I can't hunt the ones in the place. They're all over the Shiver Peak. Snowdon. Yeah, I was just at Snowdon looking. Tell me about Non-Moa Lake. Why is it called that? Is that maybe a Quaggan name, maybe? Jorah's Keep? You want me in the new map? Well, look, my character hasn't even got it yet. I love seeing all the guildies up there, by the way. Well, look, Val's Lake is here, I guess. So let's just have a look at this. Wayfarer Foothills, Dark Riven Bluffs. Oh, that's the jumping puzzle, right? Well, hold on. Since we're here, let me just look up and down the banks of the river. This has been more of an adventure than I thought it was. Still, though, I think enjoyable. For sure. I do think this is my favourite T1 collection. Okay, getting lots of advice in chat now. So if I can't find one here, we'll just go on. Rabbit. Nope. Scholar's Cleft has an owl also. Rabbit. Alright, it doesn't look like there's one here. Let's try another one. Let's try the Dark Riven Bluffs, I guess. Oh no, I was thinking of the Shaman's Rookery. Where was the Dark Riven Bluffs? Oh, up here. Jormag spoke to Snarvir. I like that name, Snarvir. That's good. That's a good character name. Someone should grab that. I am Snarvir, Svanir's angry younger brother. Oh, they're flying off though. Nice. Down it goes. I was just thinking that animation of the bird flying, but it's so low to the ground, seems really weird. At like the size of all the assets and the way the game's played. You'd think they'd actually put it a bit higher up, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, there we go. Woof! The chest of prey. That took a long time. Did you like my woof there? Because we're a wolf, right, guys? Huntsman recipe, and then the essence of prey. Let's deposit that into our bank. All right, finally, it is time. to open some Black Lion Chesteroos. I also need to see when the tournament is today. Okay, it's in 2 hours. That's good. All right. Right. So, I'm going to just rehash what I talked about on yesterday's stream. For those that may have missed it. Basically, the unlockers were updated. So check this out. There are a total of 9 new items that were added to the automatic unlockers as of this patch. Right before this patch, as you all know, hopefully, that have been watching Master, we had this all complete. But now another 9 have appeared. So these are actually all really exciting to me because it's basically just free stuff. This patch has just given us free items here. Stuff we already had ready to go and we're just going to get it. So that's very fun. But in addition to that, actually some of these are like super hidden. So let's go through it. First, there's the Noble Courtier outfit, which is great to see. Which means we'll have this one now unlocked. I can't preview it apparently. But we would still need the Mage Knight. Mage Knight is the last one, and then we would have every outfit in the game. Unfortunately, they never added Mage Knight to the list. I don't know why, but Mage Knight isn't there. Bit of a shame. So maybe we spend the gems on that. I don't know. Next, though, there's armor unlockers. So there is this, the Revered Shrine Guardian ears. The basically big glowy cat ears. Maybe Commie can make something out of these. I don't know. But then there's also these, the Pyre gloves. Now, these are dyed a bit poorly on lists right now, but they're very, very fiery gloves. Okay. And lastly, the Aetherbound pauldrons, which again, very fiery looking. What's interesting about all 3 of these is they are hidden in the wardrobe storage vault. So what do I mean by that? Well, if we look at our light armor and say our light head, if I type Revered, nothing comes up. If I look through my light headpieces, it's just the World vs. World stuff, the new char piece or whatever it was, and the worm. That's it. I have all the other light armor in the game, or so it would seem. But that's because it's hidden. So when we unlock this, it's actually going to add a new box here under my cursor right now. You get something totally new. So I really, really like these moments where we get the very, very hidden things. Same is true for the Pyre gloves, which if we look at our light gloves, it says we've got 109 out of 113. So 2 of those are World vs. World. One of them is raiding. And the other one is the guild, the commendations, right? So where's the gloves? Well, again, they're hidden. So we're actually going to expand the whole category at the same time. And then finally, the same with the pauldrons. So that's all totally new. Going over to the weapons now, we get 3 weapons. The Ritualist Staff from Guild Wars. Well, not from Guild Wars 1. Well, maybe, kind of. I don't know, actually. But, again, it's invisible. So we get it. This is totally crazy as well. The Aspect Master's Greatsword. Look at this thing. Wild. I actually really like this. I'm probably going to be playing a bit more Spellbreaker in the upcoming days, just so that I can use this, because this looks like a legendary sword to me. And if you watch yesterday's stream, you'll see I was going on and on and on about it. And then finally the Mist Stranger Axe, which also we missed. We got the shield, we got the outfit, but we never got the axe. Well, here's the axe, so we do get that. So that's the 3 weapons. And then finally, the Warband and the Legionnaire dies from the Char die kits. We now get those for free, which is good because there's now like another 3 die sets beyond those, which we need to keep going. So there you have it, guys. Here comes the unlocks. The order doesn't really matter. The other thing is, instead of using the 5 guaranteed wardrobe unlocks, I'm instead going to use the 21 armor unlocks first, just to get value out of them, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so there we get the Aetherbound pauldrons, lovely, all 3 tiers. Next, we get the Revered Shrine Guardian ears, and next we get the Pyre gloves. Brilliant. And now this is done again. So now here I'm going to use the weapon unlockers, which will give us 2 of these. So we've got the Mist Stranger Axe, and we got the Ritualist Staff. That means we do not have the greatsword. But we'll open our chests now and probably get another weapon unlocker from those, and we'll get the greatsword from that. If we don't get another weapon unlocker after all these chests, then fine, I'll just I'll use the guaranteed ones for the others. Yeah? But that's the way that we're going to do this. So now let's move over to Black Line Chest. So our mysterious cat face donator, whoever you are, wherever you are, I don't even know if they're still watching the streams, it was a while ago, gave us 25 of these, and someone else gave us 5. And for the first time actually on Master, I held on to them, knowing that they'd be more value when we unlocked the chests later. So that's where we are now. I'm going to withdraw the 30 keys that we've had in waiting. Now, I don't have any chests, it looks like. Oh, no, I do. We've got 54 chests. All right, so now we're just going to open these up. We're going to see what we got. Ready? Let's do it. 1. Now, what we're hoping for here, by the way, so there's a guaranteed unlock. That's good. And a Bloodstone Warhorn skin. So I don't know what I'm going to do with, like, rare drops and stuff on this one. But let me just point out, the main thing we're looking for out of these keys is this, the Celestial Axe, which is new. And, I mean, if we get the Infernal Horror Springer, that's super cool as well. If not, we may have to buy that separately. But yeah, it's these two. If we can get the new legendary mount skin and the Celestial Axe, that's what we're aiming for here in our 30 keys. The new guaranteed item, by the way, is this thing. It's like a die upgrader or something. I didn't really understand the explanation of it yesterday, but we'll see how it goes. So let's dig through these. Not particularly good rolls so far. I mean, the Bloodstone skins are cool, but when we get a rare drop, we kind of want the other rare drops. Getting 3 in less than 10 keys is very, very lucky, but the wrong kind of luck. Isn't that just life? Okay, a Tyrian exchange voucher, that's very good. That will help us with our precursors. All the T2 ones are going to require lots of bandit crests and stuff. So there you go. So we got the Celestial Axe. That's the main thing. And then what we're looking for after that is maybe the Springer. If we get the Springer, that's awesome. But that's just a bonus on top. I'm also stockpiling these statuettes right now because I think there's another purchase I can go for. Also, yeah, if we get 1 weapon unlocker, that would be pretty nice. We got 2 guaranteed regular ones. Yeah, use a blue die or open a vendor and we'll see. Yeah, that's what I was told yesterday to do. How much do I usually spend on Guild Wars 2? Since I started Master, not that much really, because kind of the whole community is helping me with this. So it's not been too bad. That's awesome. Okay, cool. So the Celestial Axe, I'll just delete now that we've got the skin unlocked, because this LE can't use it. Here, do you see how it went AE? My rebind thing is on X on the keyboard, so I can't actually type the letter X without turning off auto hotkey. Because if I try to type X, it hits escape instead. Okay, so we delete the Celestial Axe skin. Okay, so we never got a guaranteed weapon unlocker, so I'm just going to use one of these here. Actually, we'll just use all of these. So next we get the Legionnaire die. After that, we get the Aspect Master's Greatsword. After that, we get the Warband die. After that, we get the Noble Courtier outfit. And then we're done. Looks like the outfits are probably the low drop chance. They don't really want you getting outfits from those. So there you go. We're now fully caught up once again with the unlockers. And we also have all these statuettes. So let's see. On the statuettes, I thought I saw something worth saving for now. Oh, it was these. It was the Mad Scientist tools. I remember now. Yeah. Because they are unlocks. Well, I don't know about all that then. We'll just save those for now. Alright, so let's deposit as smartly as we can. Put those boosters in. Put the statuettes in. The bloodstone skins, I don't know if they're worth selling now or later or what. Okay, the other stuff's kind of filler. So then we got dies, awakened dies. I'll just spam those open. We didn't get any exclusives. Let me type the word die again. Mad King dies. Use. Didn't get anything exclusive. Bloodstone dies. There's an exclusive one. That's Bloodstone Violet. So we can make a sale. 3G. And then finally Kralkatoric dies. We got the Shattered die. That's exclusive. So that's 12 gold. That's good. Then the other thing is these 30. So I can receive special Black Lion blue dies. Oh, are these new? Oh shit, they are, right? These are new. I didn't realize they were all just different blues. Okay, so what? I trade up. I can only buy 6? And then I can only buy 1? Oh. Oh, this is really weird. So how much does Blue Lion cost? We get the Alpine die. This is weird. This is like, okay, so the devs don't have to invent a ton of crazy icons and weird stuff for the chest. And also, it's a new way of doing the dies. It just seems more efficient on their end, I guess. But it also kind of means that people who open Black Lion chests are being really encouraged to spend the 40 quid, right? They really want you to do not 30 chests, they want you to do 50. If you do 50 chests, you get that big die. I wonder if Inks has reviewed that. What do you think of meta builds versus making your own based on what you prefer? I think if you're playing in a team and other people are relying on your performance, you should have the decency to acknowledge your build probably isn't the best thing for the situation, and their advice is probably more worthwhile. And as such, therefore, a meta is born and is worthwhile. But if you're playing on your own, then you're in control of what you do with yourself. So have your own fun. If fun to you is feeling like you're being the most optimal and efficient, and if fun to you is having someone else dictate how you play and exactly what you do, then I would question your ability to be a functioning adult. But a lot of people will like that. So that go adhere to a meta. But yeah, I think the only time that like meta adherence is really necessary, or well, not necessary, it's really the decent thing to do is when it comes to team stuff. If it's your team's expectation, if the people you're playing with want you to do it, then maybe be a nice person. Maybe not be so arrogant. But aside from that though, I have more respect for people that think for themselves than those who simply bow to the dictates of someone else. I'm happy to follow meta, but I'll usually challenge it at some point. I would try to challenge it before I decide, yeah, okay, I don't know what I'm talking about. You've got the right one, you know. I wouldn't just... It would never be my first instinct to have someone else tell me how to play. It would never be my first instinct. It would be a resort I come to, or something to check against, you know. Like, I'd be like, okay, I think I found a really good thing. Why is not everyone doing it? Okay, let's see what the other side of the fence is. You know, it's like a litmus test. Did anyone send me Norn dies? Because I think I'll send you that legend die. Oh, that would be amazing. Hold on, I'll show you exactly what dies I have. I do not have Aelmut, Havrun, Hunt, Exodus, Vista, or Blue Lion. Those are all the dies that I need. This is the new one, the exotic one, worth 100 gold. Interesting. I do like having the TP icon on the far right, because you get the little red exclamation mark on there. And how many vouchers do we have now? I don't know. The UI doesn't work like a merchant. Cool. So, Axe Focus. I guess Necro. You could play a Timekeeper Necro now. Should we have a look? Might be a bit early to speculate, but WP, do you think we'll see anything related to the bottomless pit in Yaga Moraine in the saga? And do you think it was in any way related to Jormag back then? It could have been, because all that lore was established and implemented around the same time. So it could have been. I mean, maybe. I don't know whether we'll see it, though. It depends where the devs want to go and how they want to handle things. But so we can type Celestial here. Do the Celestial Axe. Oh, I'm running Warhorn at the moment. Hold on. I think Focus can be viable. Let's do Celestial. And then you would go the Timekeeper outfit, I think. Well, hold on. There is a Celestial. No, what's the Celestial? What's like the nudie outfit? Where you look naked? Except that you've got like auras where your skin should be. Dude, Char are cool. Like, look at this. When you're a Char, you get so much value out of Fashion Wars too. It's insane. Starborn, that's it. Thank you. Yeah, there you go. I don't think Starborn is the way, though. I think you do Timekeeper. And I don't know about the dies on that. Let's clean those up. Actually, I think my dies look better than theirs. And then I don't know about the back piece. Let's get rid of that for a second. But if you're going to play Barbie, this is probably a good Barbie setup. Right? I know that the blue color is slightly off. Actually, ArenaNet kind of messed that up, it seems. Because the focus is sort of off from the axe. Chara not cool with outfits. Those look cringy. What is cringy about this? This looks great. You wanted an ice white character select screen? Yeah, I wanted a new character select screen too. I really did. It's a shame you kind of get the green motif going in there. We've got a mail. Die delivery, as always. Thank you so much. Oh my god, this is awesome. Thank you. Awesome. Okay, cool. I love how close we are to like everything. One outfit remains. One finisher remains. It's this, and I don't know when they'll ever sell it again. Just a couple of dies remain. Several mounts remain. Let's not look at that. Let's not tamper with it. All the glide. No, sorry. One glider remains. Yeah, they never added this. Is that no longer available for trade either? Shit. Maybe I should have bought it when it came out then. They never added it. Why didn't they add this? Oh, my whole game plan of just like trying to get everything for free might be breaking down a little bit. Yeah, they never did the chair thing either. They never brought that thing back at Halloween. Yeah, I don't know. I love how the Chars are kitty cats. I adore their sleep animation. Me too. Ooh. Oh. Wait. Here's what we gotta do, right? Just so that you guys really get the full... You know, this is what the Char were always meant to be. Ready? Wait. We come all the way over here. We gotta go somewhere quiet, basically. Alright. And then what we have to do is we mute this, but we whack the effects up, alright? And now, when we slash sleep... Don't come over to me, Mr. Char, alright? Listen. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at that roleplay noise. Dude, ArenaNet really... Please split this slider away. I love these noises. I never hear these noises because this is just insane. You can't play the game like this. Can you imagine if I went into a Zerg at the moment? It would actually explode your speakers. Oh my god, what was going on? I was going to be really quiet for a long time there and just let you listen to the snoring. But what just happened with the visual effects over there? I can hear the guy at Lord's, so yeah. All right. Anyway, yeah, the sleeping cat sucks. I don't remember the other one, but enjoy from my... Oh my god, Vista die. It's really weird mousing over a die and seeing it has the blue rarity. Thank you. Oh my god, thank you. Oh, yeah, and what was this here? Only for Ascended. Glyph of the Scavenger? Hey, WP, I just got this out of a Black Lion chest, and I thought you might need it for Master. Thank you for all your work, and enjoy the new patch. Now, this is a lovely gift, okay? Grants a 33% chance for a bonus fine crafting material after gathering. That's a lovely gift. This is not actually an account unlock, though. It's the skins for the gathering tools that are account unlocks. And I have basically none. I've got like crazy amounts of gems to spend to get all of those. But this isn't unlocked, so I'm actually going to send this back. I don't want to take things if they're not actually worth anything for you. So yeah, let's just return to sender on that. And thank you. It's a lovely idea. If you guys do want to see what I need though, just so that you can be confident if you are ever going to help out with this, check this out. When I hit wardrobe, at the bottom down here, there's the gathering tool section. And you'll see, like, this is like a new players kind of thing. There's nothing on this. I need so many of these. It's unreal. I don't have Butterfly or Celestial Rooster or Choya Harvesting or Cosmic Harvesting or Fused Molten or Glitter Bomb, Jack in the Box. There's just so many. It's wild. So, yeah. The glyphs themselves, though, are not unlocks. Alright, I was going to do a little bit more this patch, this stream, but we've been going for quite a while here. So I think I'll leave that here for today, guys. We will get back into Icebrood Saga. Probably tomorrow's stream will be me playing through Icebrood Saga's story again, solo. Do you remember when the prologue came out just a couple of months ago? We did that exact thing. I played it very casually in Discord and just sort of enjoyed myself. But then I did another one where it was very lore-focused and very, like, upfront with stuff. I'll probably do that tomorrow. That'll be the next one. And that will probably be the VOD that goes up. Well, actually, the VOD for the other one's already up, but yeah. I might set it up so that there's no, like, obnoxious long intro or something and have an intro better for Wooden Potatoes 1 or something like that. Because I keep forgetting to do that. But yeah, so anyway, over to chat. Did I miss any really important comment or something from anyone? Any discussion point someone wants to hear about or wants me to talk about before I log off today? Because if so, please let me know. We do, of course, have a bunch of new, like, tonics and things to get as well from the new map. Those will all be coming up. The new map's kind of got all this new stuff, obviously. Oh, by the way, I will point another little thing out about Icebrood Saga that I thought was quite interesting. I noticed in PvP earlier. And the idea of map expansions. I missed all your snarky comments. It's likely I did read your snarky comments. I just completely ignore them when I do read them. If I read someone's just like done like a frankly boring thing that they think's a joke because they think they're being edgy, I usually just care so little I just gloss past it. It's okay, though, because I also forget the name of the commenter instantly when they do it as well. So I don't actually know if I saw any of your comments or not. There's a chance I did and just ignored it, though. Anyway, look, check this out. The reward track. Icebrood Saga reward track. One reward track. This is like saying Season 3 reward track, right? Or Season 4 reward track. They never did that. They did a Bloodstone Fen track. And then they did a Lake Doric track. And then they did a Domain of Istan track. And a Draconis Mons. There was a track for each significant patch in the season. This time, though, we have one reward track for the entire season. Now, that's pretty crazy, isn't it? That sounds lazy. That sounds like cutting corners. That sounds like, how is that expansion level? How is that? Which is kind of ironic, actually, because expansions do just do, like, one track, right? Don't they?
Or was there a separate Verdant Brink and stuff? It's kind of funny. But actually, I think what the devs are doing here is really intelligent. I think it's really smart. Instead of going through a ton of fuss getting art and dicking about for like the backing on the UI here and filling in all the things, all that busy work, they just have one track for the whole thing. And it's very obvious that this is going to get updated as things go along. Because look at this. There's hatched chilies and eternal ice shards on this. I'm willing to bet that when episode 2 comes out, or episode 3, when we get another map entirely, when we next get a new currency, I bet they just filter it into this track. Which is weird, because it means that we're going to be getting a track that updates as patches go along. So what will happen if I'm 75% done, and then they change the track? Does it break? Oh, there is a Bureau Marches track? What? Where? I don't see a Bureau Marches track. I just passed it. Iceweed Saga. Grothmar, the complete one, but is not repeatable. Oh, is there a non-repeatable one? Did I finish a whole reward track? I passed it again. It's alphabetical. Oh, it's alphabetical. Oh, I didn't realize. Oh, yeah, it's here. Oh, shit. Wow. Wait, so they've done a generic track and they're doing specific tracks. Oh, wow. Okay, so they're not cutting corners. I mean, I was perfectly happy. Everything I said before, I was perfectly happy with. All right, never mind. I'll just do this then. All right. Fair enough. So the Jorah's weapon cache. I can get ancient burial weapons, dragonite ore, imperial fragments, obsidian shards, mystic clovers, and what's that? Itrite ingots. What the hell is Itrite? They're doing one non-repeatable per episode, plus the repeatable one getting updated. I see. Yeah, that makes sense. The last non-repeatable they did was crazy. It added so many things. The high speed one was all chilies until yesterday, with the last bag saying to keep for the future. Yeah, I've got a few of those. The ingots are for new weapons. Yeah, but what does Itrite mean? That's what I was getting at. Choice of the dragon render. That's weird. That icon is usually the Grand Master chest at the end. Raven's gift. Recovered non-weapons. Well, next time you see a stream, I might have just finished this already, so you never know. There's 6 weapons in this one track. That's insane. Dragon renders a cool helm. All right, well, look, all those unlocks and things we will express there. That's it, guys. That's Master for today. It's a brilliant one. So thank you very much. That's been wonderful, guys. We get another one of our T1s done. There's only 2 T2s left now. And one of them is, like, super simple. We just got to do 2 fractals and find this frigging guy when he loses his home in Kessex. So, yeah, should be good. Thank you, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed yourselves. I certainly have. And I will see you for another episode of Master tomorrow, same time. Cheers, guys. See you next time.